Okay, so here we're going to talk about simplifying fractions, which is going from a fraction such as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and simplifying that down to its lowest form, which is something that can't continually be divided by. So 8/12 is really 2/3, as we can see, and we can tell in that picture that it's 2/3. But often we don't have the pictures to help us. We just have the symbols like 8/12, and we need to be able to simplify them to that lowest terms by ourselves. So in order to do that, we've spoken a bit last term about highest common factors. And we need to be able to find the highest common factors to the two numbers that are in our fraction. Okay, so we have an 8 and we have a 12. And we use this highest common factor to divide the top and the bottom in order to find that lowest form. Some of you could do that in your head and go, well, 8 and 12, 4 goes into 8 and 4 goes into 12, 5 doesn't, 6 doesn't, I can't get any higher than that, so I think it's going to be 4 that I'm going to divide by. And then you'll divide both of those numbers, so 8 divided by 4 is 2 and 12 divided by 4 is 3. And you can see that 8/12 is the same as 2/3. So it's really working back the other way. Instead of multiplying our numbers to get bigger, we're dividing our numbers to get them smaller so that we represent the lowest possible fraction. That's what simplifying means. Okay, so just going back to our highest common factor, if you have difficulty finding these highest common factors, of course make your list. So we can make and identify all the factors of 8, 1, 8, 2, 4, and all the factors of 12. 1 times 12 makes 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4. There's nothing else that really goes into 12. 5 doesn't. We've dealt with 6, 7 doesn't. So if we look at our list, we need to find those that are common. So 2 is common and 4 is common. And obviously the highest common one, the highest common factor is the 4. So we can divide our 8 by 4 and our 12 by 4 and we get 2/3. Okay, and even if we decided to just halve it, so started with 8/12 and say we didn't know it was the 4, because they're even numbers, I'll use my red again for my arrow, because they're even numbers, 8 and 12, we can immediately think that 2 goes into them. So we might simplify it and just go, well, I'm going to halve my 12 and halve my 8, and I'll get 4 over 6. And I've still got, I still think I can halve them again. And you might go through this process to bring it down to its lowest form. So you might divide by 2 again, your top, and your bottom by 2. And you're going to get 4 divided by 2, which is 2, and 6 divided by 2, which is 3. So even though I've chosen the smallest common factor there, I know it's a factor that goes into that number, I eventually get there to somewhere where I can't divide any further. And that's how we find our simplest fraction. So make sure, boys, that you're always simplifying your answers to the smallest or the lowest representation of those fractions. And boys, remember, you can stop the video, go back to the start, pause it at different times to think about it. And I'll do another question yourself. And I encourage you to maybe have a go at some others. So do some other questions and have a go at them yourself. In fact, I might do that now. So have a go at these ones. Let's go 24, 36. Have a go at simplifying that one. And let's go 42 over 48. Have a go at simplifying them. Stop the video now and try and simplify those ones. And when you start again, I'll show you. Okay, so you've had a go at those questions. Let's simplify them. 24 36. Well, I want to pick out the highest common factor of 24 and 36, and you might have made a list over here. And 1 and 24 are factors of 24, 2 and 12, and 1 and 36 go into 36, and 3 and 12. Whoop, I've got a common factor I can deal with. Is there any higher ones? 13 doesn't go in 24, 14 doesn't. So 12, and even if you can't find any more, find your common one, start there, and then work your way down. So 12 is my highest common factor there. And that's supposed to be a HCF, highest common factor. So then I'm going to divide my top number by 12 and my bottom number by 12. And I'll get 24 divided by 12, which is 2, and 36 divided by 12, which is 3. And that should have been your answer. The next one, 42 and 48. Well, let's look at 42. 1 and 42 go into 42. 2 and 21. 6 and 7. And let's look at 48. Well, 1 and 48 go. You don't have to do it this way. If you know it straight away what the common factor is, you can go straight into it. I'm just going through these motions because if you're not sure, this is what you can do. So everyone should be able to do this. 2 and 24. We've got 4. We'll go into 48. 4 12s and 48. And we've also should have 6 8s of 48. And if we look through all of these, the highest common factor there is, well, 6 is a common factor. 2 is a common factor, so I could divide it by 2 first, both numbers, and then divide it by something else. But it looks like 6 is our highest one from the list we've made. So let's divide our top number by 6 and our bottom number by 6. 42 divided by 6 is 7, and 48 divided by 6 is 8. And that's probably the lowest we can go in our common fraction. And remember, if you know how to do this straight away and pick out the highest common factor of both those numbers, you can divide the top and the bottom and you will get to that lowest form. Okay?